Rec Room is a social game, but because of that you encounter a lot of toxic players in the community. Although most of the time it is their fault and they're purposely going out of their way to be toxic, a lot of the player base are young and they don't fully understand the concept of social etiquette, especially when they're sitting behind a screen and there's nothing to get in the way. No one's going to really punish them. Of course, if you encounter any player being toxic, the best solution is to report and block them immediately and let the Rec Room moderation team handle the rest. For some reason, there are a lot of players in the community who think it's okay to turn their microphones up ridiculously and scream in people's faces, or blast their terrible music. Seriously, maybe I wouldn't mind if their music taste was actually good. You know, like the Cantina band from Star Wars. All jokes aside, this is not okay and you should probably ask yourself, will I do this in public? If you said yes to that question, you're probably insane. Being loud does nothing but disturb people and make them dislike you. It does not make you funny in any way, shape or form, and will most likely see you getting hit with Coach's ban hammer. Luckily, Rec Room has a system in place that gives players warnings when they're being too loud. If you are one of those people who are being extremely loud, then fear not. It's not too late to save yourself. To begin with, if you're unknowingly a loud person, such as being naturally excitable, then you should probably turn your microphone sensitivity down a bit just in case. But if you are one of the people who are loud knowingly, then please, on behalf of all of our eardrums, please could you stop. If you have trouble remembering this, then you can always rely on Rec Room's microphone warnings to remind you. Next up, we have toxic behaviour. We've all encountered someone like this at some point in our Rec Room lives. The scenario usually goes as follows: you win a game of paintball, or any PvP for that matter, and all of the players are sent back to the lobby. That's when your typical 5-year-old Timmy, who should really be on a junior account, spots you in the crowd, runs over and starts insulting you with their squeaky voice, all because you're better than them. Honestly, how do they know these words? I don't even know. It's actually absurd. This type of behaviour is unfortunately a really common occurrence in Rec Room and the online world in general, and it's not okay in any circumstance. You never know who you're assaulting and what they've been through, and how they'll react to their toxic behaviour. As someone commonly on the other end of toxic children's ramblings, it can hurt and it's really annoying. And just saying, little Timmy, if you're here, if you're looking at this, watching this video, yeah, if this game wasn't virtual, I will make sure to personally. But you get the point, little Timmy. Don't mess with me. Instead of being an annoying little squeaker, you should congratulate the opposing team on their victory and strive to be better next time. A GG has never hurt anybody. If you're on the receiving end of this toxicity, block and report them immediately, and then continue like it never happened. With any luck, Rec Room's moderation team will handle the situation swiftly and justice will be served. The toxic player will be Sparta-kicked into Rec Purgatory, never to be seen again. Have you ever been reported for just being too good? It happens more than you'd expect. You eliminate little Timmy one too many times and he opens his watch, reports you and yells "Hacker" at the top of his lungs, whilst everyone stops what they're doing and stares at you both. It's embarrassing, right? Needless to say, this type of behaviour is widely looked down upon in the Rec Room community and does nothing but make you look bad in front of everyone else, and could possibly result in somebody being wrongfully banned. Just in case you ever encounter one of these salty players, I would recommend recording your gameplay as proof at all times in case you end up being falsely banned. This could be done by either using the built-in recording feature found on most consoles including the Quest 2 headset, or OBS Studio if you are on PC. Of course, you can get rid of the files afterwards if you like, as to not fill up your memory. The reason you should keep all the footage of yourself in-game is that you can try and appeal the ban using the footage as evidence. Next on the agenda is spamming people. Now we've all experienced this to some extent. You're chilling on your favourite map when you receive an invite from another player. You decide that you'd rather play alone and ignore it, but end up getting a second, and then a third, and a fourth, and a fifth invite. After that they head to your DMs saying things like, "Please join me, invite me." As you probably guessed by now, nobody likes being spammed, and they'll most likely continue to ignore you if you do. It's annoying, and it gets you nowhere. Just accept the fact that they don't want to join you, and leave it at that. Now your everyday casual Rec Room player won't experience this too much. However, I've noticed that it's increasing for people like RecTubers who have a rather large following. Instead of spamming somebody, you should limit yourself to 2 invites and possibly 1 message if it's really urgent. That way, you avoid annoying them altogether. On the other side of the pond, you have those who are actively being spammed and are wondering, how on earth do I stop this? Well, fear not, because Rec Room has thought this through. More than you may have guessed, actually. By opening your watch and heading to your settings, you'll find that you're actually able to customize your notifications, saving you the future spam that you may receive. Now you can live your regular life in peace, as opposed to having someone constantly filling up your virtual mailbox. Now this part is a personal pet peeve of mine, right? Standing on the mat. Oh my goodness me. I have so much pent-up aggression about this, so I'm sorry if it ends up becoming a rant. But if you ever played the quest in Rec Room, you're probably aware of the dreaded Devious Donkey 1476 from the junior account who refuses to stand on the freaking mat. Because of this player, you and the team are stuck in a small room all staring at each other awkwardly because the quest simply won't start. As annoying as this is, I'm willing to give these players the benefit of the doubt because they're probably new to the game. But if you are one of these people who does this on purpose, please stop, you're not funny, and you can actually get yourself reported for trolling, and I may shoot you in the face with my bow. There are a few ways you can handle this situation. If you're like me, with social anxiety, you most likely suffer in silence, or, choose violence. However, you should probably try and teach them where they need to stand in order for the game to start. If they still refuse to cooperate, you should initiate a vote kick, or just change instances. And if you are a new player who doesn't know what the mat is, allow me to explain it to you. Once loaded into a quest and you have chosen your weapons, you'll be greeted with a magical door that you honestly cannot miss. In front of this door is a wooden mat with a padlock on it. This is where you need to stand in order for the game to start, so now hopefully I saved at least 5 people by spreading that information, because come on, working together guys, we can make Rec Room a better place. Speaking of quests, did you know that the most common way for people to lose a quest run is usually connected to some sort of friendly fire? This could be purposeful or accidental, or either way, it sucks. And, well, if I'm on your team, I am very sorry, I'm probably the one shooting people by accident, because that's just me. Most of the time you don't even make it into the quest and you leave out of frustration, because some troll continuously kills you whilst hitting cringy Fortnite dances. If you're one of those people who does this, I have one question for you. Why? I simply don't understand what is so appealing about annoying others, especially on purpose. You get the benefit of the doubt if it's by accident. On the receiving end, it can be funny for the first few times, but after 3 friendly fires in a row, I feel like throwing my controller at a wall, or preferably your head. If your friendly fires are accidental and you genuinely want to finish a quest in one piece, I have a tip for you. The weapons capable of friendly firing are bows, crossbows, wands, and laser weapons. Notice how they're all ranged. This is important because with these weapons, you should prioritize enemies that aren't near your teammates in order to reduce the chances of them getting in the way of your shot. Or, if you're a bad shot and you keep hitting people by accident, like me, don't pick them up. Give them to the pro. And to all of you victims of friendly fire out there, first of all, I feel your pain. Secondly, I'd like to recommend both kicking them and reporting them if it seems intentional. That way, you can save somebody else from suffering the same fate. Now, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, first of all, I'd like to thank you, and I'm going to ask you to make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content from me in the future. It's Chim, and I'll see you next time.